Hello, thanks for joining us. You are here with me, Bev, and I would like to show you today how to make some delicious carrot chutney. Now, carrots are in season at the moment, so they're super cheap to buy at the supermarket or wherever else you get your vegetables from. And this chutney goes perfectly with Wensleydale cheese, which is my favourite. So, what you'll need today is 450 grams of grated carrot. You'll also need 1 onion. You'll need to peel that, and then you can either grate it or finely chop it like I've done. You will also need 1 kilogram of jam sugar, 150 ml of lemon juice. I just bought the lemon juice in a bottle, but you could buy fresh lemons and squeeze them. You'll also need some garlic granules, and you'll need some boiled water and a bit of olive oil. So the idea is first to just start off with your onion in the pan after you've heated up the olive oil. So I just want to soften up the onions in this pan. And when you can see that they've begun to soften, then you want to be adding your grated carrot. While you're cooking your onion and your carrot, you're going to need some boiling water in a while, so it's probably a good idea to get it boiling now. Okay, so my onions have started to soften off now. You can see that the colour's disappearing a little bit. I have used a red onion today, but if you've got white onions at home, then feel free to use those. So I've just bobbed in all the grated carrot into the pan now. You want to give that all a nice stir. Make sure all the carrot's nicely coated in that lovely oil that you've got in there. You're probably going to want this on sort of a medium heat. You don't want the vegetables to catch. And at this point, I guess I'll just talk to you about containers. Glass jars are really good to pop your chutney in. It means that you can share your chutney around a little bit as well if you've been keeping your sort of smaller glass jars. I don't have any, but I've got some of these plastic takeaway tubs, so I'm going to bob my chutney in those. Make sure that you've sterilised your containers. These have been washed through the dishwasher. If you are using jars and you don't have a dishwasher, then bobbing them in the oven after you've washed them for a few minutes at a high temperature will sterilise them for you. So I'm just going to continue to occasionally stir through my vegetables whilst they're cooking off, making sure that they're not burning. Okay, so it's been about 10 minutes now. You can see the carrot started to lighten off a little bit. And what you don't want is for the carrot to start catching, which at this point it will do. Most of the oil's been soaked into the vegetables, so there's not really much for them to fry in at the moment. So now what we're going to do is add our 500 millilitres of boiled water. I'm also going to add the 150 millilitres of lemon juice. And the cider vinegar as well. We need 2 tablespoons of that. And then you want to give it all a nice mix. Make sure it's evenly distributed. Now at this point we're also going to add some of the garlic granules, just a pinch it says. I'll probably put a bit more than a pinch in. I always like to add a bit more garlic to things. Gives it some flavour. And we're just going to let that simmer then in the pan for about 10-15 minutes. Okay, so it's been about 15 minutes. My carrot is starting to break up a little bit, but what we don't want is for it to turn into mush. So although it's nice and soft, it can still hold a little bit of its shape. So the next stage is to add your sugar. I'm going to add all of that in there, give it a good stir. Make sure it's all nicely combined. And the final stage on the heat is for you to turn it up, and you want to boil it for about 6 minutes. Once you've had your pan on a rolling boil then for 6 minutes, what you want to do is just leave it to cool down for a little bit. This simply is just so that you don't burn yourself when you're trying to funnel into your tubs or scoop into your tubs. I usually leave in the pan for about 5 minutes or so, and then I decanter it then into my vessels that I'm using. And that's it.